When people point to, well, Wentz got paid and Goff got paid, that was a mistake. The market is irrationally exuberant for quarterbacks, and the Dallas Cowboys have tried to be responsible about this. They waited too long to try to extend Dak. That's why it's so expensive now. They played him cheap for so long. That's true. But they're saying, look, we gave you everything in offense, at least defensive talent, though they underperformed last year. Now we're even bringing in the coach. We're isolating. Was it the coach or the quarterback? Okay, that now they're saying, let's get rid of the coach. Now let's find out if it's the quarterback. The Cowboys are still not 100% convinced that Dak is or is going to be elite. That's why this is happening. And guys, as much as I believe Dak is on his way to being elite, I can't say I fault them. He's good, maybe on his way to being great. He's not great yet.
Well, you're wrong. Number one reason you're wrong is because you changed the question. Very slick of you, Max Kellerman, but you don't get away with that on First Take. The question was, has Dak proven enough to get a big deal? It wasn't whether or not he should be the second in line to Patrick Mahomes. So it's good on your part. It's very adroit, very skillful and smooth on your part. But you're dealing with me here. You ain't getting away with that. That was not the question. The question was, has he done enough to get a big deal? And the answer is yes. 30 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 65% of completion of his passes, a 99 quarterback rating. You look at all of these different things, right? And you go along with the fact that look at the investment that the Dallas Cowboys have made. You buffered your wide receiving core. You drafted CeeDee Lamb to go with Michael Gallup and Amari Cooper. Jason Witten, the senior citizen, is no longer your tight end. You still got a 1,300 yards rusher in Ezekiel Elliott. You got a big-time offensive line, and you're already paying Dak Prescott $31.4 million this year. Now, granted, when you sit up there and say, has he proven enough or whatever the case may be, you can make the argument against it. I understand that, but we got to take into account who you have. Andy Dalton's your backup. Andy Dalton improved that in 9 years. We look at a lot of quarterbacks getting paid around the National Football League. A few of them don't have Super Bowl championships, but they're getting paid. Kirk Cousins is getting paid. Matt Ryan is getting paid. Matthew Stafford is getting paid. The list goes on and on. Now, granted, that's $28 to $30 million per year as opposed to the $35 million a year that Dak Prescott is talking about. But again, without getting into the specific number, does he deserve a lucrative long-term deal? To me, anything above $31 million per year for a multitude of years is a lucrative long-term deal. Does Dak Prescott deserve that? Based on that, I think so. Also, let's not forget this. Jason Garrett was his coach. We had a lot of questions about offensive play calling, about taking the ball out of Ezekiel Elliott's hands, about Amari Cooper being on the bench when he needed to be on the field in key pivotal moments. There's a lot of questionable decisions. Jason Garrett, when he was the head coach, along with his offensive coordinator, Kellerman Moore, there was a lot of questionable decisions that were made last year, which is why Mike McCarthy got the job now. So when I look at all of those different things, I say, Dak Prescott deserves a long-term deal for big money. Yes, I think he has earned that.
Yeah, he's definitely proven that he is worthy of a long-term deal. There's no question about that. That's not even an argument. The argument obviously has to be advanced to the next level, which is, does he deserve an upper echelon top 5 contract? And see, really, the contract negotiations, especially when you're talking about quarterbacks, is not about what you deserve, because what you deserve is subjective. That will vary from team to team to team, depending upon the person that you're talking to. It's a matter of what you can get given the marketplace. And that's what Dak is setting himself up to find out. What can he get in the open market, where people then can openly bid for his services? And he's putting himself in a position the only way he can to find that out. Sign this one-year deal if Dallas isn't going to give me the deal that I think I deserve in terms of a long-term deal. Sign this franchise tag, play this year, and then throw the ball back in Dallas's court again. Do you want to tag me at a number significantly higher than the one that I've been tagged at, that is going to make it prohibitive for you to go out and try and do other things with the rest of this roster? Do you want to assume that kind of cap figure for me, or do you want to find out what's your next best alternative? Which, in that case, I'm going to hit the open market, and I'm going to find out what I deserve. If you franchise tag me again, that's fine. I'll take my $69 million, just shy of $70 million for 2 years. I'll be sitting good. Either way, I'm going to be good. Now, I'm going to assume some risk, but either way, I'm going to be good. And I'm going to find out what I quote-unquote deserve, because that's really what Dak is setting himself up for right now. He really is. He wants to see what the open market how that would value him compared to how Dallas clearly has said
Louis,
how we're going to value you. So he's in a good spot. There are many statistical measures by which, when you're talking about situational football, that I'm sure Dallas Cowboy negotiators are looking at and going, this is why we're not going to go any further. And this is why we're not going to pay you upper echelon money. And that's why, and Dak sees that. Dak's smart. He understands what people are nitpicking him for inside of Dallas's organization. That's why, you know what? The best bet for him to really see what he can get is to hit the market. And right now, he's gaming the system to see if he can hit the market, and he's going to find out then.
Guys, there's a reason Garoppolo didn't reset the market, because he's not quite like on that uppermost echelon. There's a reason Cousins got franchised a couple times and then signed a nice deal but not a market-setting deal. I see Dak like those guys, and you can argue, you can have an argument between Jimmy G and Dak all in all. Like you could argue
if he doesn't get hurt. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.